Anne and George, with Timmy running in front, hurried back to the farm to find the boys. But they couldn't see them anywhere, so they gave up and went indoors to help Mrs. Philpot get lunch. Dick and Julian were helping the Harrys repair the chicken houses, and were having great trouble with Nosy the jackdaw, who kept stealing the nails. Lunch was rather a crowded meal, for everyone was there. Great-Grandad frowned when he saw Mr. Henning come in with Junior.
"Ah, Mrs. Philpot, would it be all right if I bring a friend for lunch tomorrow? He's a Mr. Durlston. He's a great authority on antiques. You'll remember you told me you had a quaint hole in one of the bedrooms where in the old days people used to heat embers for warming pans. Now, I thought that
Ha! You thought you could buy 'em, I suppose. Well, you ask my permission first, see? I don't like this selling of things that have been in our family for donkey's years.
Now, Grandad, don't excite yourself. Surely it's better to sell things we don't need in order to buy things for the farm.
Why can't we sell 'em to our own folks, then? Taking 'em out of the country? They're part of our history.
You ought to be glad that a poor, run-down, backdated country like Britain has got anything to sell to a fine, upstanding one like America. Now,
That's enough, Mr. Henning.
I'm sorry, ma'am, but that old man gets under my skin. All I want to do is to buy things you want to sell. You want new tractors. I want old junk, and I'm willing to pay for it.
Old junk? Huh. Do you call that great old cartwheel you bought old junk? My great-granddad made that more than 200 years ago. That wheel was made before the first American was born.
Now, Grandad, calm yourself and come with me and have a lie down.
I will.
A selfish, ignorant, rude old man.
He's not!
Enough, Harry.
He's settled now.
We've had great fun with the twins mending the chicken houses.
Yes, I had a look when I came in. You're good with your hands, you boys. Fine work.
I wanted to help too, but they didn't want me. That makes it pretty lonely. Pop, can I come with you this afternoon?
No, son.
Aw, come on, Pop, let me come.
I said no.
Everyone was glad when the meal was over. As the boys left the room to go back to the chicken houses, George whispered to Julian that they had some important news. They arranged to meet by the chicken houses, but they didn't know then that Junior had overheard them. When the girls had finished washing up and set off to the hen houses, Junior followed discreetly behind, determined to learn their secret and get his own back for being left out of things. The boys and the twins finished mending the section of the hen house they were working on and sat down for a rest. George and Anne went inside and joined them. Junior crouched outside, his ear glued to a knothole in the wood. Between them, Anne and George repeated all that old Mr. Finniston had told them about the castle and the way it had been destroyed. Julian, Dick and the Harrys were fascinated. Outside, Junior held his breath so as not to miss a single word. Just wait till he told his pop about this.
What a night that must have been. Everybody was killed or burnt, I suppose.
No, the lady of the castle wasn't killed. It's said that she took her children to the little chapel near the farmhouse by a secret underground passage.
Where's the site of the castle? It should be easily known, because of the great mass of stones that fell when the walls collapsed.
No, they're not there now. Mr. Finniston said that over the years the peasants and farmers took them away to build field walls and so on.
I wish we could find it. Mr. Finniston says that the cellars and dungeons are probably still there untouched. It took so many years for all the stones to be taken, people had forgotten about the castle and the dungeons.
So they may still be there, with whatever was stored in them hundreds of years ago. There might be priceless things there.
What is it, Timmy?
Somebody's outside. Quick, open the door.
There's no one about. He may have heard the hens scratching at the door.
Thank goodness. I thought it might have been Junior.
Twins, Mr. Finniston told us that one of the things that was saved from the castle was a great oak door, iron-studded. Is that one of your kitchen doors?
Yes, that must be the door leading into the dark little passage. I wonder if Dad knows.
We'll tell him. Shall we go and look for the site of the castle sometime? If we found the cellars full of chests and things, do you suppose they belong to us? The farm belongs to our family and all the land around it.
Does it? Well then, perhaps anything on this land would be yours.
We might be able to buy a new tractor.
Let's go and look for the castle site now.
No, we must finish this job first. I suppose you haven't any idea where it might be, Twins?
No idea at all. It might have been built anywhere on our land.
Probably near the top of a hill to overlook the surrounding land, and probably no more than 1/4 of a mile from the chapel.
Look out, there's Junior. He's grinning all over his face. What do you suppose he's been up to?
Mr. Henning did not come back that night, but arrived next day just before lunch, bringing with him a dried-up fellow, whom he introduced as Mr. Richard Durlston, an expert on old houses.
I'd like him to see that old door, Mrs. Philpott, and that strange opening in the wall of the bedroom upstairs.
Follow me.
May we come too, Mrs. Philpott?
Yes, of course. This is the door.
Ah, yes. Quite genuine. A very fine specimen. I should offer £4,000, Mr. Henning.
Gee.
You'd have to talk to Great-Grandad. Now I'll take you to see the opening in the bedroom. The opening is behind this old wrought-iron door. This tray was used for heating and holding the embers before they were put in the warming pans. We still have one warming pan, there on the wall.
Yes. Quite rare to see one in such a well-preserved state. You could make an offer for this too, Mr. Henning.